The striker was not permitted to take part in Tokyo, but he will not take no for an answer for the next games. Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe has announced his intention to play the Olympic Games in his native France in 2024. Mbappe is already a World Cup winner, having lifted the title in Russia with Les Bleus 3 years ago. And he has now set his sights on Olympic gold, stating that he cannot miss out on the opportunity to represent his country in the unique competition. It was while watching the London Olympics in 2012 that I realized the importance of this global competition. The Games are the benchmark for sport, the absolute holy grail, that all sportsmen and women in the world want to compete in and experience at least once in their life, Mbappe stated in an open letter published in L'Equipe. This is the time when you can give people the most pleasure, convey emotions and experience them in return. Being in the Olympic Village, giving, receiving, is a unique experience. Mbappe went on to explain how watching the London Games in 2012 inspired his dream of one day leading out France at the world's biggest sporting event. I must have been 13. I was still very young. I remember the hours leading up to some competitions in London. I was impatient. Before each game of the American basketball super team, with LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, I wanted to see how Usain Bolt was going to transport us to the track in athletics. 100m, 200m, he added. I followed a lot of other sports, of course football with Neymar's Brazil, who was beaten in the final by Mexico, and Ney, disappointed, said he wanted to win 4 years later in Rio, in his country. That's when I said to myself, I want to be there too. I want to experience the Paris Games. It's a strong inner feeling, as if I were destined to participate in this huge celebration in my city, in my country, 100 years after the last competition in France. It is a childhood dream that emerges. I dream of going to other sports that we don't have time to see the rest of the year: judo, handball and women's basketball, 3x3 in basketball, volleyball, canoeing, even skateboarding.